For the first time in 7 years, Cameroon has held local and parliamentary elections. The polls had been delayed because of violence and political turmoil in the country. Now, in Cameroon's English-speaking northwest and southwest, turnout was low. Armed separatists warned people not to vote. In 2017, those separatists unilaterally declared independence and the formation of a new nation, Ambazonia. Now, as you're about to see, their pursuit for self-rule has devastated the lives of civilians, a warning that our report contains details some viewers may find distressing.
Claudine Akono is recovering in hospital. Her leg was chopped off by Anglophone separatists, she says. The men came to her home at night, accusing her of defying their ban on education. The petty trader was dragged out naked, and what followed was terror.
I thought it was all a dream. They kept hitting me with a machete. The men started by gradually chopping off my ankle. One of them was flogging my back with a machete, and the other person completely chopped off my leg. I saw my leg separated in two.
The rebellion by Anglophone militias is taking its toll on the population. A few kilometers away, 42,000 hectares of banana, rubber, and palm plantations have been abandoned. The state-owned farm is the second biggest employer in the country, but separatists want it closed. Thousands of its workers have fled due to increased attacks. Many have been mutilated and others killed. John was sleeping when armed men raided their staff lodging.
They want kiwi, but they don't kiwi. They want to give message.
The separatists said they would have loved to kill us, but they would rather cut off our fingers in order to send a message to our employer. They told us they were fighting for us, but we were working in a government plantation, which funds the government's crackdown against them. Immediately, they chopped off our fingers.
They moved my right thumb, right thumb, this man, Baba Sango.
In a show of force, separatists often shut down the entire Anglophone regions. On such days, all activities are halted and people ordered to stay off the streets, sometimes for as long as 3 weeks. Cameroon soldiers too have been accused of killing civilians and burning down villages.
The security situation is very dire. You know, the people of the southwest and northwest are cut off between the military and the separatist forces. So you are not even sure that you will see the next day. And also, because of that uncertainty, it affects businesses. Most people cannot invest. Those who have businesses cannot really make a lot of money because for those who have bars, for those who have restaurants, people don't go out a lot. People don't stay out late, you know. There's general tension in the air.
Claudine has been discharged from hospital. The single mother of one is taking her very first steps, knowing her life will never be the same again.
For more, I'm joined from Cameroon by the reporter on that piece, Blaise Eyong. Hi, Blaise. What is the reason for this violence and how widespread is it?
The reason for this violence is that the both parties in this conflict are seeking for control. The Ambazonians, as they are called, the separatist fighters, want to control the English-speaking region. So whoever is living in this region who does not respect the laws that they have put in place, because since they declared independence on October 1st, 2017, they have put in place their own, what they call laws, and those who do not respect these laws are being targeted. Also, the Cameroonian army says the English part of Cameroon is still part of Cameroon, so they too want to enforce their laws, and whoever they sees as a sympathizer of separatists is also targeted by the Cameroonian army. That's why lots of villages have been destroyed, have been burned down, according to human rights groups.
Blaise, we know that a lot of people have fled this region because of this violence that you are describing. But tell us what life is like for people who still live there.
life is very difficult for Anglophone Cameroonians because they are caught up between two very powerful people. That's the Cameroonian army and also the Ambazonian forces or the separatist fighters. And life has become very difficult. The government has its own laws put in place here, and the separatists also have their own laws. For example, in the run-up to elections that took place yesterday, separatists declared that no one should go out on the street. The streets should be empty, and whoever disobeys these laws or these instructions put by the separatists is targeted, same as those who go against the laws put by the state. So people here are caught in between the separatist fighters and also the military, and the economy here is totally on its knees. Businesses have shut down, security cannot be guaranteed, people can no longer stay out late. It's very difficult for people who are living here. Lots of villages, like I mentioned before, have been burned down, so lots of people have left the village areas and have come to the city. So the cities like Boya, Bamenda are very congested, and there's just little money for people to live by.
Will the result of these elections change anything?
For many Anglophones, this would not change anything, but for the government, they'll tell you that in December, they passed a law permitting Anglophones to have a special, what they call a special status, meaning that Anglophones will be able to decide some of their own laws and to, basically have an assembly where they can discuss their issues. But the problem is, these issues can be discussed by the Anglophones, but the government, central government in Yaoundé, they will still need to validate or not. So for most Anglophones, what they are really looking for is for them to have peace, for them to have some kind of security, for them to go about their businesses in peace and tranquility, because the region is really, really affected by the conflict, and lots of people are losing money, they're losing family members, and businesses are just down.